Welcome to the OVW Fan Zone Live. This is where fans talk back. My name is Jackman Oaks.
And I'm Brian Hines. How's everybody doing tonight?
Tiny Brian is also with us. He's behind the desk. You can't see him, so he'll have to say hello to you. Tiny Brian, say hello, please.
Hola.
He will be in the chat room as well as behind the desk tonight. He'll be in the chat room as at OVW Podcast. He'll be there to collect all of your questions, comments, concerns, complaints, requests, anything wrestling or OVW related for the end of the show in the final segment. That is truly your opportunity to talk back here on the OVW Fan Zone.
Lively chat room already.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thanks,
Mama
guys.
Mammoth was the first in the chat room and did not actually say first, just said hi. So
also in the chat room, we are joined by lovely Miss Larkin.
Oh,
Greetings.
Oh, greetings.
great.
She has a bit of bad news.
Lovely Miss Larkin or the therapist?
She has not found her knife.
Oh no.
I don't like to hear that.
No, I don't either. Unfortunately, that's
If I would have.
Well, it looks like Matthew Berry found it, so it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hopefully he'll return that to you.
I hope so. I looked for.
He's an
some,
honest guy. He's an honest
invisible-
guy.
I looked for some invisible knives at the merch stand, but I didn't see any.
They're there. You just have to look harder.
I'll do better next time.
If they're not classic merch opportunity there, I'm very low overhead, Miss Larkin.
Yeah, they're right
on
up there with
invisible
air
knives.
guitars.
Yeah.
So I do want to jump into something a little different here at the top of the show. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, my friend, my co-host, Brian Hines.
Hey, that's me.
He did some true journalistic. He went down a true journalistic endeavor this past week by sending an email. Who is that email to, Brian Hines?
That email was to the president of Morley Sports Management.
And I think
Rob Edwards.
I think you have that in front of you, right?
I do, as a matter of fact. When it was announced that they had purchased OVW, I wanted to say hello and extend our greetings from the OVW podcast, and asked if he had a statement. And we didn't get a chance to get to it last week, but I would like to read this at this time. I'm extremely proud and excited to be the future custodian of this amazing brand. OVW is full of talented and passionate people, and I want to help provide the direction and resources they need to be the best product possible. As a management group, we are hardworking and passionate people and have a clear vision of where we can take this business over the next 2 to 3 years. However, nothing will happen overnight. We need to ensure the business is built on the right values and with a clear identity, and any investment will be over a period of time to ensure we have consistent and sustained growth. We have big ambitions, and we back ourselves to achieve them, but we need the support of Louisville, Kentucky, and all OVW fans to help us get there. I look forward to meeting many of you on the 1st of May.
So that's a nice, very well worded, very concise email there from Rob.
Yes.
Love to hear it.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, and thank you for doing some journalism. Appreciate that.
That's right.
Making us both look good up here.
As far as when you guys personally will be able to meet Mr. Edwards, I've been talking to him separately. He will be in town just before the 1st and has graciously consented to come join us here at Nut House Studios.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And so, yes, we will have him. It's not been decided if he will join us here on Fan Zone or if we'll do an interview with him in our feed. We may do both. I don't know. It's, life is long. But, yes, we will have him on some point of our air right around the time of the acquisition, and we will try to get kind of I don't know. You guys do the interviews, but we'll do something with him.
I'm really excited about this.
Do you think you have any strong opinions on playgrounds and building playground?
Probably not.
Okay, that's actually probably good.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of what I want to hear from Mr. Rob and Morley Sports Management. So let's get back on track here, Brian Hines, and let's get into some tour updates.
All right, let's see. Every Thursday, except for this week, you can catch OVW Rise at Hot Point Davis Arena at 6:30 p.m. OVW Appalachian Armageddon in Pikeville, Kentucky, as part of the historic Hillbilly Days Festival. That is Friday, April 25th, next Friday. Also on next Friday, the OVW Run for the Ropes as part of the Kentucky Derby celebration, Friday, April 25th. OVW Shamrock Slam at St. Martha Parish in Louisville, Friday, May 16th. OVW Rumble at the Raceway Series. We're talking 3 big nights, folks. Ponderosa Speedway, Junction City, Kentucky, Saturday, May 17th, June 21st, and July 19th. OVW Saturday Night Special at Hot Point Davis Arena. That is June 14th. There is a free all-ages show at Element Eatery in Cincinnati, Ohio on June 28th. It's a great chance to get out and get some great food and see what we've been talking about for the last 2 years, and it will cost you $0, except for the food part. I mean, they're probably going to want money for food, but Lexington, Kentucky.
Free admission.
Free admission, yes. Our favorite shows of the year at the Manchester Music Hall on July 5th, and OVW Independence Rage at Hot Point Davis Arena, and that is July 26th. You can get tickets for any and all of these shows at OVWTix, that's TIX.com.
So on this episode of Fan Zone Live this Wednesday evening, we're going to do some of the things that you have come to, expect out of us, predictions of OVW. I do want to go ahead very quickly here and say that we're all aware that OVW taped last night. We are spoiler free. We did not go.
No.
We have not talked to anybody.
Specifically, so we could not spoil things here in this moment.
I know a couple of things, but nothing of consequence.
And I would like to, for everyone in the chat, if there's going to be some of you that have seen it, there's going to be some of you that have not. Please, for the courtesy of the people that have not seen it, let's say spoiler free. It's a Wednesday night. You know how we like to have fun here on the Fan Zone. Let's keep it fun for everybody. That's the normal stuff. That's what we do every week.
Yeah.
This week, though, since WrestleMania is right around the corner and it's got OVW written all over it, we're going to be...
They keep bringing it up. They keep bringing up OVW on WWE as well.
And that's fantastic. Paul Heyman mentioned OVW by name. CM Punk mentioned 4400 Shepherdsville Road, which is Hot Point Davis Arena. Daniel Spencer was kind enough to inform me that they didn't mention OVW by name that time, but Paul Heyman did rectify that in a subsequent trailer. So thanks, Spence. Appreciate it. Yeah, they have been all over OVW in the WWE.
Cody's mentioned Al Snow before. I mean, it's palpable. It's in the air.
Yeah.
So we will be going through WrestleMania stuff. We're all wrestling fans here. WrestleMania is our Super Bowl. So we are going to be talking a little bit about WrestleMania this weekend. But same rules apply. Jump into the chat on that. We want to hear what you guys have to say, not only about Ohio Valley Wrestling, but what they have going on. Is it in Las Vegas this
Yes.
It is in
this
fact
weekend?
in Vegas.
I bet that is a fantastic time. I saw SummerSlam in Vegas a few years ago, and I had a ball.
Well, and Vegas is done so much to really make itself such a sports capital. Like they were kind
They
of
have
a
hockey there. Don't they have hockey?
They
in
do. They have a
Vegas?
very good hockey team.
That's ridiculous.
They have a very, very good
What's
hockey
the
team.
name of the team?
The Knights?
Yeah,
Really?
that sounds right.
Yeah. The Knights. I almost said the Warriors. That's not it. It's the Knights, I believe.
All right.
But they've done a lot to make themselves into a really big sports city, not just relying on, gambling tourism as they have in the past and maybe some other forms of tourism that are only available in Nevada. But they've made themselves very family friendly. WrestleMania, WWE, this is one of the biggest family friendly events of the year.
I mean, they put an enormous emoji on the strip.
They do. It's going to be fun, and we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun during this show, and we're going to have a lot of fun, as I'm sure everyone else will be watching this weekend as well.
Ren tells us it is the Knights of Vegas.
It is the Knights.
Hi,
The the Golden Knights, is that what it is?
Yes.
Am I wrong about that?
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, according to senior
Golden
predictor
Knights.
Victor Anderson, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Speaking of which, let's say hi to some people in the chat room. Hi,
Yeah.
Ren. Hi, Victor. Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
Hi, Becky Katie, the merch
Hi, Mama
lady.
Mammoth.
Hi, Mama Man. I already said hi to her in the chat earlier.
Well, I didn't.
Hi, Radio McRadio Face and Matthew. I love to do the romper room moment in this show.
Got a killer's row, truly, of commenters in the chat room tonight. We love to see it. Thank you guys for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. We will take a quick break, and we will be back with all of our OVW predictions and WrestleMania predictions right after this.
Hi, everybody. Former WWE superstar Al Snow here at the Appalachian Wireless Arena right in Pikeville, Kentucky. We're coming back. OVW is coming on April 25th. And because we know the hardships and the struggles of the people here in Pikeville, Kentucky, we're going to donate a portion of the proceeds to the flood relief efforts here in Pikeville, Kentucky and the surrounding area. Come out, support those efforts, support OVW, have a great time because we're going to make you forget your problems.
I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude. Without you, there is no OVW. Without your passion, your energy, your unwavering support, there is no us. There's no talent, no production. Without you, there's no OVW. Thank you for being the driving force behind everything we do. The unsung heroes of our saga. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, OVW fans. We can't do it without you.
Hey, Brian.
Hey.
Have you seen how cool this shirt is?
I see that.
You know, we have a whole TeePublic shop that sells these.
I did not know that, no.
We do, yes. And we have links in all of our social media about it. You can get this or you can get the unofficial.
You can get this or you can get that.
That is absolutely true.
Dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling. The OVW Academy with Al Snow, the birthplace of legends including Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, and many more. Will you be the next name added to that impressive list? Visit OVWacademy.com and apply now.
It's me, Cal Hero. I am at the OVW Fan Zone. Come on, come hang out.
What's poppin'? It's the Blue Shadow. It's Daddy Ron, Hollywood Haley J, and I am in the OVW Fan Zone.
Welcome back, OVW Fan Zone Live. This is where fans talk back. My name is Jackman Oaks.
I'm Brian Hines.
All right, so let's jump into the prediction segment for tomorrow night's OVW.
Predictions.
God.
Again, want to remind everyone in the chat that we are spoiler free as a program. There's going to be a lot of your fellow chatmates that are spoiler free as well. If you happen to know what happened last night, let's make sure everyone can enjoy the show with fresh eyes tomorrow, and let's not spoil anything, okay? And just as a reminder, although it did tape last night, it will be on this YouTube channel tomorrow night at 7 p.m. as usual. So looking forward to it. Can't wait to see what happened.
That's going to be a crazy chat room tomorrow for Rise.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's nobody in the arena. It's everybody
true.
can gather in the chat room, and it's going to be nuts.
It's usually pretty nuts in there.
It's a good time.
I've seen what these people get up to in the chat room.
So before we get into the WrestleMania of it all, drop those questions and comments in the chat. But I want to very quickly go through what you guys did predict about last Thursday. First of all, we had Freya the Slayer versus Leela Feist, with Brian taking Freya and Jackman, you took Leela, and Freya did dominate in that despite the damage to her hands. So
Dominate strong.
Yeah, there was a choke slam involved and a big boot. I call that dominating.
Yeah, she almost got her fingers broken,
Not to mention
too.
the fact that Leela bounced off of Freya when she did that crossbody off the top rope, like the last deer that I hit bounced off the side of my car.
How many deers have you hit? You said the last one like it's a multiple time thing.
Well, over the course of 33 years, like 5.
What?
Moorhead has deer that fear no car.
It's all been Ohio, -1 in Moorhead. But, yeah, right after my dad passed away, I got a nice deal on like an old man car.
Sure.
I hit 2 deer the first month starting my new job.
That's awful. Well,
Tell
stay
me
away
about
from You stay in Lexington. We ain't got that many deer here.
it. Yeah, thank God for that.
Yeah, we don't need you driving anywhere outside of the city limits. Apparently, you're gonna get hit by a deer.
It happens, man. It happens.
All right.
Lawrence versus Tortelli. Brian, you took Luscious Lawrence in that, and Jackman, you took Anthony Tortelli.
That match actually ended up being Revolver versus Toatelli.
Yeah, it did. So that doesn't even count.
And Luscious
I'm sorry. Yeah, and then Luscious. Yeah,
versus Katina.
You're right. So both those are out. Then it come down to the 6-man thing, which was, and both of you wisely took the Revolution in that.
That would have been Eric Surge and Loudon Lawless versus Crixus, Leo Fox, and AJZ, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and we both took
Crixus.
heartbreaker of a situation, but it was hard to deny the Revolution in that match.
Yeah.
So what we got for this week?
All right. First, before we get into the WWE stuff and start talking about those and
I thought we were talking about OVW still.
Oh no.
You don't have any match cards for that?
I'm sorry.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, I didn't predict that there wouldn't be predictions.
Yep. Oh, well, here we go. We got 40 minutes.
We got an hour.
Yeah,
We got WWE stuff. No.
Yeah, we do, but
I don't know. It just didn't. It felt weird to do the predictions on a thing that's already happened, but I don't know. So yeah, sorry.
Well, spoil it in the chat. No, I'm just kidding. Don't. I still
mean,
want to see what
I could
happens.
go get them and we can talk about them.
The chat folks could let us know what the matches were.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, they're on. I can go get them off the Facebook page if you guys want
we'll
to
do it
predict
during the
them.
break.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start. So yeah, let's. I did want to ask you guys, who do you think will return first? Hollywood Haley J. or John Cena?
Death, option C.
You don't think either of them? I don't mean come back for a run. Just come back, show up at on a Thursday in Davis Arena or on a Saturday, more likely.
I mean, it would be Hollywood.
Yeah.
I don't see. Here's the thing with John Cena is he's not just a wrestler. He's a Hollywood star now. Your entire schedule, what you're allowed to do because of the insurance of you being a marketable face, is so much tighter. Like,
that's true.
If there's, and I don't want to be this guy, but there's a really good chance that if The Rock was still the number one star in Hollywood, he wouldn't even have been at the last couple of WrestleManias. He wouldn't have never come back on a Raw. Like, that's just the truth. John Cena's star, though, is rising. The Rock star is kind of stagnating. There's just no world where John Cena makes a return to 4400 Shepherd's Hill Road.
Even with the dedication of the John Cena statue.
That might be your biggest bet.
Yeah.
And that's really your guys' thing. I won't be there. So,
unfortunately.
All right. So let's get in and talk a little bit let's talk a little WWE. Y'all get your questions and comments in about the matches. First of all, how much I have been kind of sucked in and started watching and following a little bit of WWE in the last few months.
It's that time of year, man.
I mean, yeah,
Rumble to Mania is a very, very fun time, and this past year has been very, very fun.
Let's start by talking about the run up here. What did you like best about what's been going on these last couple months since the Rumble?
Well, obviously it's the Cena heel turn. This is the thing that people have been waiting on for 20 years. This is a thing that nobody ever saw happening. Like, truly, the guy's worth $1 bajillion in extra small kids T-shirt size sales alone. So for him to be a bad guy, and especially be the bad guy that's performing at this level, because he's not a silly haha bad guy.
No,
he's a serious
yeah.
guy with a serious grudge and a serious chip on his shoulder.
On his way out the door, no less.
On his way out the door. This has really been, it's one of those things, it's Bash at the Beach 96. Like, it's Hulk Hogan turning.
Yeah, pretty close.
Except for with less trash in the ring and less Scott Hall having to kick people in the face. Thankfully,
what a great video that
thankfully,
is.
In the 30 years since Hulk Hogan turned heel, we've learned that it's not appropriate to throw trash in the ring. And it's not ever appropriate to try to get in the ring.
No.
But John Cena was right underneath it. If it was a thermometer, you could hear it whistling and about to break. that's obviously been the marquee thing. And another thing is CM Punk finally getting the main event. Like, this is truly a hell froze over pigs fly situation. CM Punk's back in OVW, or back in WWE. CM Punk's in good standing enough with Triple H, of all people, to get booked in the main event of WrestleMania with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the two on the outset, I guess. And then, I mean, like, I've been a Liv Morgan fan forever. I think that, you know, the stuff this year, Dominic, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, her kind of moving a little bit past that, the stuff with Raquel, I think that she's just been on fire for 2 years. Those are kind of my favorite parts. Oh, and Jade Cargill and Naomi actually has been really, really fun too. The promos from Naomi have really, really, really set the stakes there in a match that I was maybe it seems so one-sided. Jade Cargill is going to run away with that one. Go ahead and write that down as my prediction. It seems so one-sided, but Naomi's really added another layer to that with her promos, and I've enjoyed it. So those are kind of my three or four, I guess.
That heel turn for John Cena, that happened international, right? Was that in Europe?
No, that was here.
Where was it? Do you remember?
That was the last pay-per-view, wasn't it?
Mm-mm.
No?
It was a while ago. It was at the Rumble.
Yeah, but no, that thing. And can we talk a little bit about the little boy who was wearing the John Cena Final Tour shirt, and John Cena pointed at specifically and is like, "You're a toxic fan," and the ultimate kind of boo-boo face from that little boy. And I think about all of our kids around Davis Arena, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, when you're getting called out by John Cena, that's hard. That's tough.
How old is this kid? How old are we talking?
7 or 8. Oh, you've not seen the video?
No,
yeah, he's in Germany, and he's like, all of you people are toxic and terrible people. Even that little 6-year-old boy, and the little boy was wearing like the brand new closing, the tour, the John Cena special expensive T-shirt and hat, front row on the wall. And he's like, "You're a toxic fan." And the little kid, it's like a supervillain origin story. Just sadness exuding off of this young fan.
I don't want to burst your bubble, but I have a feeling that that kid's dad probably worked behind the scenes somewhere.
Oh, look at you!
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I have a feeling. If I had to guess, if I was a betting man, that would be my bet.
That's a good bet. Yeah.
Another thing that's kind of like unfortunately like marred the run up to WrestleMania is this like Tiffany Stratton Charlotte stuff.
Yeah, what happened with that?
They just don't like each other. I think that there's like very much like a Margaret Qualley, Demi Moore, the Substance situation going on, where it's like Charlotte's a little older. She's been around the block. They both are very similar. Tiffany Stratton said that Charlotte's one of the big reasons that she wanted to become a wrestler. So there's that adoration from Stratton up to Charlotte that hasn't necessarily been returned from Charlotte. I think that turned that relationship kind of sour. And then it seems like they can't be on a microphone with each other without going way off script and talking about each other's personal life and stuff. And there is kind of... I would love to say that like I'm getting worked on this, because it actually would be such a great story of the queen, the evil old queen on her way out, and the young princess that has to come and restore order to the kingdom. It is very not only fairy tale like, but also, if you guys haven't seen The Substance, go see it. It is this feud is the premise of The Substance, is the old, what does old mean, what does new mean, what is function, like when do we age out of being on a camera, when is it appropriate to replace someone with like quote unquote this year's model. And there's a lot of that just like right on the surface of the Charlotte Tiffany stuff, and I think that's been like fascinating to watch from like a sociological level.
I can see where there could be resentment either way.
Yeah. And I hate that kind of what's going to end up being the entire story of that feud or that match is that these two performers really don't like each other. But then I think about Brett and Sean. who really did not like each other.
No.
And how when you go back and you rewatch the stuff that was happening between them and those amazing rivalries that they had, you say, oh, there would be so much missing if there wasn't that animosity. So maybe we do need a little bit of genuine animosity in our wrestling to really like push it to that next level.
Oh, definitely.
It is. We say it all the time. We've heard people on our program say it. Wrestling is just as competitive as anything else. It's a sport full of very, very competitive people.
If not more than a lot of other things.
Right. And WrestleMania is the biggest stage of them all. You've got to imagine that brings out the biggest sides of people's competitiveness, the biggest sides of people's ego. Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like Charlotte Flair's got a pretty big ego for what it's worth.
What would ever give you that idea?
I don't know. I just something about her. So do we want to run down this match card, Tiny Brian?
I'll tell you what. Yeah, let's go through Not 1, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back and do Not 2 and some questions.
Okay.
And I've got the OVW card up if you guys want to talk about that as well. I will get past my ick, and we can do it.
Okay, perfect. I would like to talk about it. I think it's only proper. I think it's only proper that we talk about it. Thank you for pulling that up for me right on the fly. So
Victor asks, isn't Tiffany Charlotte's real name?
Charlotte's real name is Ashley.
Yes, that is correct. Also, I would like to say hi to the East End villain who popped into the chat.
What's up, Josh?
Yeah, I pulled his comment out. Someone called the East End villain, came in and said that we should bring back Josh, that he was the best guest.
And that doesn't sound like a Josh Ashcraft thing to do.
I mean, look, I'm just reporting.
We are gonna have to bring Josh back, see how he feels about old Brian Kinnison biting his style over there on the corner seat this past Thursday.
That hasn't. I assume that continued with this rise.
Well, we'll know. I guess we'll know tomorrow.
What did you guys call him, Krabby Kinnison, on the podcast?
I called him Brad.
You did also call him Brad because a wrestling god told you to. So, yeah, let's get into
Night one, baby.
Of OV nothing, of WWE. This is weird. All right. You guys want to start at the top of the card or the bottom?
Bottom.
Sure.
Okay, let's start with Jade. This list comes according to Yahoo Sports, by the way. Let's start with Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
I had said it kind of earlier. It's got to be Jade Cargill. Like, I think that they've just put too much stock into her and worked too hard on her for her to get to WrestleMania in a singles match and not get the victory. So I'm going with Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that.
And I love Naomi.
Yeah, I do too.
All right.
For several reasons.
Let's move on to one of the ones that has actually reached me, because this is hilarious. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Who is somebody in a mask.
It's
Chad Gable.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know. They don't know that.
It's. I hope that there's.
Yeah.
No, it's Chad Gable. It's been really.
Remind me of when someone was Mr. America.
I kind of. Here's the thing: is Chad Gable has been given this thing, and he's hit the ground running with it, run full speed with it, and it's been a lot of fun. But like, it's not the same as like Kurt Angle in the milk truck, where Kurt Angle's like being silly, but he's still just like going in there and being a straight killer in the ring, one of the deadliest guys in the ring, you know?
Yeah. That's pretty over the top. That's hard to beat.
And there's just still that thing in me where it's 2019 and AEW's new and they're going to pull Chad Gable over and they're going to make him Kurt Angle, and that's all I've ever wanted out of Chad Gable. So it's really hard for me to see this like a legit Olympian. Like, those are the guys that I like the most. You know, amateur wrestlers, Olympians, like those are the guys that I like the most. Those are the guys I like watching wrestle. I want to see Chad Gable outside of this thing. I don't like it. It's a little over the top for me. It's a little too kiddish for me. It's a little too cartoony for me. He's going to be able to bring a lot out of Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is not the spring chicken that he once was after a couple knee surgeries.
No, but I mean, he's still in there, still viable as ever, and he's been wrestling for what, 30-some years?
A long time, I think since the mid-90s.
Yeah.
It bears repeating. Rey Mysterio is why I like professional wrestling. It was him flying into a wall at the foundation of the NWO that caught my attention.
No, it was a sound truck.
The
Yeah, it was a
soundtrack. You're right.
soundtrack.
I always want it to be.
They were outside. They were outside in the alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that happening, as I just walked by television where it was playing at Victor's house, I sat down and watched that show, and I've watched wrestling, since.
I think it's gonna end up being Rey Mysterio because it's WrestleMania and we want to send kids home happy. I do think that this is just gonna be middle of the card kind of fun match.
Yeah.
It's still probably gonna be daylight when it happens. I'm gonna have to go Rey Mysterio. I don't like the Starbucks guy.
Brian, what you thinking?
I mean, yeah, I would probably agree with you unless there is a greater goal for Chad Gable as El Grande Americano. And if there is one, I don't know what it would be. So in my head, I would go with Rey Mysterio too.
All right. Let's move right along.
This is Rey Mysterio Jr.
Yeah.
Not two.
Yeah. I thought about that after I said it. It's Dos.
Dos.
Yeah.
I noticed they don't call him Junior anymore. I guess
No.
not to so it's not a confusion with his actual son.
Well, they trademark. It's spelled different. It's all different. It's all different.
That's funny. Let's get into our first championship match of the evening.
That's why he's still able to wrestle as Rey Mysterio at other places.
Oh, interesting. Slot, just had a slot valve movement.
Well, I think he owns Junior and they own just Rey Mysterio. I think is what it is.
Because Junior has connotations in actual luchador wrestling, right?
Well, in lucha, as far as my understanding is, to be given a gimmick, you have to be given it with the blessing of the person who invented it. So that's why you might have a Rey Mysterio Jr., and sometimes even a son of Rey Mysterio or a El Hijo de Rey Mysterio, just for example, or a Rey Mysterio 2 is because the person who has invented the gimmick gave it permission out to 5 different people, and
they all have to do it slightly different.
Right?
Fun. So anyway, let's move on to our United States Championship bout between.
I think that's even the same for old Penta over there. I think he's a guy that's had there's 5 Pentas.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would make sense because Penta means 5.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but maybe I should have gone with.
Do they all come together into one giant wrestler?
No.
No, that's.
We're talking about
that's
wrestling,
Voltron.
not Voltron.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, United States Championship. WWE U.S. Champion LA Knight taking on Jacob Fatu.
Fatu.
These
These
are not my wrestlers.
Fatu's going over, big time.
You think?
Oh yeah. That guy's a straight killer, dude. That guy's been a straight killer for a long time.
I don't disagree with that. I just wonder why you think it is such a solid lock that Jacob Fatu is going to win over LA Knight.
LA Knight's not the LA Knight he was a year ago.
Oh, really?
Not really. He's just not. He's not hitting the as big as he used to. Which means people aren't reacting to him as big. Fatu's in kind of the bloodline thing, and he's an incredible professional wrestler who is going to be able to make a big statement on that big stage. And you can't just go straight. It's WrestleMania. You send people home happy at WrestleMania, except for I don't have a feeling they will this year. I have a feeling John Cena's going to take home the victory on this one. But you also have to make some tough decisions.
Sure.
And I think that going with the heel Fatu is the right tough decision over LA Knight for me.
I don't know. I think just for the sake of argument, I will take LA Knight to retain.
It's going to be you do have the potential of 50,000 people screaming "yeah" at the same time, which would be cool, or 80,000 or whatever they're gonna say is it's like a 60,000.
8 million people.
When they count all of the janitors and the concession stand workers and the total number of I love WrestleMania.
Let's move along to
I really do. It sounds like I don't, but I really do.
Let's move along to the WWE World Tag Team Championship bout between the champion War Raiders versus the New Day.
You've been keeping up with New Day heel stuff?
I have not.
Yeah, New Days are heel. The New Day's heels now.
That's nuts.
Big E is obviously on the bench, on the shelf. Unfortunately, but also that was how the heel turn happened. Is they cut ties with Big E. Oh. Yeah, it was a heartbreaker, dude. It was a tough one.
I'm gonna have to go back.
It was a tough one, man. It was a tough one. Who were the Viking Raiders anyway? Like, let's be honest. New Day's one of the biggest tag teams of all time.
Eric and Ivar.
Yeah, but who cares is maybe what I should have said.
Actually, I kind of like them. I was pretty impressed with their athletic ability and cartwheels and whatnot.
I just don't. The Viking Raider. What is this?
As someone
an 80s video. What is this? A Super Nintendo game?
I did used to portray a Viking in the 80s.
That's what I'm saying. If you can do it, why are they the champions?
I'm feeling kind of a left-hand compliment there. So I take it, Jackman, you're taking the New Day.
Yeah, I'm going New Day.
New Day sucks. Brian, I'm sensing some support for the champion War Raiders here.
I mean, when the New Day were faces of the company, I mean, you couldn't beat the power of that positivity. I haven't seen a heel New Day era yet. I've been busy as of late, but I mean, War Raiders didn't just get handed those championship belts. They weren't just like gifted those titles.
No.
So, I mean, I'm here for the fight, man. And if I'm putting money on it, I'll go War Raiders.
Love it. All right.
Can't stand by it. Can't stand by it.
Let's move on to the WWE Women's Championship, which will see the champion Tiffany Stratton taking on one Charlotte Flair. We've discussed this match already. Where you lying?
This is actually one of the harder ones for me, even though I did just express my feelings about it. This is like a really tough one because Tiffany Stratton, they have an opportunity to say to WWE fans, we hear you, we know who you are, we listen to you, and we respect you. Which is different than, let's say, the WWE was run for 30 years.
So that doesn't seem like the WWE.
I think that you seriously have the potential of sending Charlotte so far down the creek with the fans giving her a victory that she will never be able to recover from it. Like, while we're just talking about like the meta of wrestling, I think that you seriously you will put her on a level that is, she will be more hated than John Cena at peak big match John Cena. Like, she just will be. I won't tell you why I think that. I think it might have something to do with that her name's Charlotte and his name's John, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. But I really think that would be kind of like suicide for Charlotte Flair's career, and I think it would cut Tiffany Stratton off at the knees. Like, as a performer, as a wrestler, all the momentum that she has right now, I think you got to go Tiffany Stratton. Maybe that's just me trying to bring some good into this world, but I think you got to go Tiffany Stratton.
Well, from what I've heard you say so far tonight, it sounds like there's going to be a lot of real-life animosity in this match.
I honestly think that at the end of it, especially if Tiffany wins and these two ladies go out and work a physical match that you are not used to seeing in WWE and definitely aren't used to seeing in North America between women, which is right there, I think, is on the table. I think both of them would be more than willing to do it. And I think if the animosity is real, it'll be very easy for them to do it.
Well, if that's the case, then I could easily see this turning into a long-standing feud.
I think it should be.
I think it should be too. And if that's the case, I would love to see an ongoing feud between these two that rises to like the level of Flair and Steamboat.
Sure.
Where there are like 2 or 3 major iconic matches that go back and forth, and Flair wins this one, and then Steamboat wins, and then it's just a ongoing thing between the two of them. And for that reason, I'm going to go with Charlotte Flair to be the opposite of what you said.
I think that your structure there is very sound. I think your line of thought there is very, very sound.
Let's get to the penultimate here, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match featuring the champion Gunther taking on main event Jey Uso.
I don't like that I have to say it's going to be Jey Uso. Little bit about Gunther. Like back when he was known as Walter and he was just this hoss on the international indie scene and the American indie scene, and he's huge and he looks like a foreign heel that like from 60, 70 years ago. Like he's so imposing, and like we all know Cash Flow has the hardest chops in the world.
Yeah.
Walter's right there behind him. And there was just something so cool about him being so big and like laying down these chops. And then he lost all of that weight. And I said, and then they changed his name to Gunther, which I thought sounded kind of silly. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to love this guy the way that I loved Walter. It's true. I could never love Gunther the way that I love Walter. They're two completely different characters. And this Gunther character is like really won me over. I think he's so good on the mic. I think he's so charismatic. I think he looks amazing in a suit. That's like what you want out of world champion, right?
Except for I've got that picture stuck in my head that I showed you
I already know.
yesterday.
That's why I was just going to keep talking until you stopped laughing about Gunther fart jokes. We'll post that on the Instagram later. That way everybody else can see it. I think that Gunther's held it for too long, and they are going to want like the nice. This is a happy moment for Mr. Uso, so I hate to say it because I think Gunther has been one of the best champions in the time that I've been watching wrestling. Truly, he's been an amazing champion so far. Put on amazing matches with all kinds of different opponents, but it's Jey Uso's time.
I don't know, man. Gunther seems like he's awful hard to beat. Like he's just so imposing.
Mm-hmm.
So many people have tried to beat him match after match. He comes out on top. Do I think Jey Uso has it in him? Do I think he's got some tricks up his sleeve to be able to get the best of Gunther on WrestleMania? I really struggle to answer that question with a yes, but I'm going to go with my heart, and I'm going to give you my prediction in one word. Yeet.
So you're going Mr. Uso as well.
I think it's going to be a hard-fought battle, and it's going to look like there's no chance he's going to be able to do it, but I feel like somehow he's going to be able to come up with the victory.
Yeah, Gunther's just going to have no idea what to do after he botches one of those Tope Suicidas. Moving on.
Let's get to our main event for night one, which is the triple threat. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Paul Heyman on a pole. Actually, Paul Heyman at CM Punk's side, or
in
whatever
his
that
corner.
ends up meaning. What do we feel about this?
I mean, right now, I feel like CM Punk's already in the head of Roman Reigns. I mean, he's got the wise man in his corner. So Roman Reigns is already at a disadvantage, or at least has that in the back of his head that, one of these three guys, one of these two guys that I'm wrestling has the wise man in their corner. And I think that that's going to factor into his performance during this match.
Not only does one of these guys have my wise man in his corner, the other one betrayed me a decade ago.
That's true.
On this very stage.
Yeah.
And we saw last year at WrestleMania that Roman hasn't forgotten about the Seth Rollins cash-in.
Nope.
And, I mean, truly one of the best moments in the last 10 years of WWE. In a time that, like, there was a stretch there where things were very shaky. That was a moment that people kept pointing back to as, like, no, like, WWE still can do moments. They can still do good stuff, remember?
Yeah.
And now, that we're past that, and we seem to be kind of in another peak era. We're still making reference to that moment because that's how iconic it was.
Rightly so.
I sentimentally, and for no other reason other than my fandom, am going Chick Magnet Phil, CM Punk.
All right, Brian.
I mean,
and for
Yeah.
OVW too.
This is one of the OVW.
I tend to agree. I mean, not just because he's an OVW alum, not just because Paul Heyman spent time there, but I just, going with my gut, I feel like it's time. It's his time.
All right. I love when you
Plus,
guys are...
he's going to have Living Color play Cult of Personality on his way to the ring. And how badass is that?
You are not allowed to lose if the live band plays you to the ring.
And you've been using that song for years, yeah.
You are not allowed to lose if the live band plays you to the ring. Or at least you shouldn't be able to. Otherwise, what was the point in paying for the band?
No kidding.
All right, we're going to take a break real quick. I don't know what's going to happen on the next side of this break. We
had some weirdness last time.
Well, I just mean formatting wise. We'll probably be taking your questions, comments.
There's a whole other night of WrestleMania to run through real quickly, and I've got the OVW matches,
okay.
And we have your questions.
Okay, let's do it, baby. We're going to break. We'll be right back chop. After this.
Friday, April 25th, OVW returns to Pikeville and the Appalachian Wireless Arena for Appalachian Armageddon as part of Hillbilly Days. Tickets available now at OVWTix.com.
I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude. Without you, there is no OVW. Without your passion, your energy, your unwavering support, there is no us. There's no talent, no production. Without you, there's no OVW. Thank you for being the driving force behind everything we do. The unsung heroes of our saga. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, OVW fans. We can't do it without you.
I honestly don't know.
Hey, my name's
what
Mark
to say.
from the OVW Fan Zone.
Dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling, the OVW Academy with Al Snow, the birthplace of legends including Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, and many more. Will you be the next name added to that impressive list? Visit OVWacademy.com and apply now.
OVW, my name is Ruby. My name is Cameron, and I am in the OVW fan club. Oh, yes, big time. OVW fan club all the way. What's poppin'? It's the Blue Shadow with Scotty around Hollywood Haley J, and I am in the OVW fan zone.
Welcome back. Final segment of the OVW Fan Zone Live, where fans talk back. My name is Jack Oaks.
I'm Brian Hines.
Tiny Brian, let's hit the ground running. Let's
right.
move through this.
Let's start with the Sin City Street fight, not to
Drew
WrestleMania.
McIntyre.
Okay, wow, that was quick. Brian, any strong feeling one way or the other? Damian Priest versus
Oh, I
Drew
see
McIntyre?
down here at the bottom. Drew McIntyre.
All right.
Love me some Drew.
See, it's going to take me longer to top it than you all to say
Wait,
it.
wait for that to be like one of the bloodiest matches in WWE history. Like,
Fun.
yes.
Ooh, I hope so.
Those two guys are gonna really, really, really do something do something crazy. I have a feeling.
The Intercontinental Championship with champion Braun Breaker versus Dominic versus Penta versus Finn Balor.
Would love to see Penta.
Yeah, so would I.
Would love to see Penta. However, I think it's going to be Braun Breaker retaining.
All right.
I agree.
Simpatico on not two between you two. Any plans for watching WrestleMania this year, by the way?
I'm not watching 18 hours of WrestleMania because there's a 3-hour pre-show, 4 hours of matches, and 2-hour post-show both nights. So I'm going to cut the 3 off the beginning and 2 on the end, cutting the crust off of this bread, and I'm going straight for the part in the middle.
I'm actually only going to watch Tony Hinchcliffe's roast of WrestleMania. So that's all that I'm gonna. No, my friend is bartending at a place this weekend, and he's gonna be streaming it where he bartends. So I think I'm gonna go.
Oh, really? Where's that?
I'll have to look it up. I don't remember what it's called.
Okay.
I haven't been there before. I've never been there.
Right.
Will there be food?
There's no food. I did look that up.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Let's move on to the Women's Tag Championship pitting.
Well, maybe we can watch it together, and we could get like a charcuterie board or something.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I
All
like that.
right. Love a charcuterie board.
Can you spell it?
No.
Good.
Women's Tag Team Championship featuring the champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie?
Yeah, Lyra
Valkyria. I don't know.
Sentimentally, I'm going Liv Morgan. We got a Liv Morgan. She's over there. A Funko Pop.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Brian?
That's tough. I'm going to go with Bailey and Lyra Valkyria.
Bailey in a shoe.
Love dissension in the hosting team. Women's World Championship, the triple threat match, bringing Women's World Heavyweight Champion, Women's World Champion Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair.
Again, kind of would love to see Io retain. Probably gonna go with Bianca.
All right, and Brian?
Team Ripley.
Yeah, if I was eligible to predict, I would predict Ripley as well. Let's get to what everybody's been waiting for. Night 2, main event. Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes versus the man nobody sees, John Cena.
Cody's gonna bleed. Cody's probably gonna get hit with a belt at least once. He does love that.
That was last year.
Kids are gonna cry.
Mm-hmm.
And a newly crowned Jey Uso will be the determining factor as he turns heel on Cody Rhodes and helps John Cena win WrestleMania 41, his 16th heavyweight championship at WWE.
That is crazy.
That's a nuanced opinion. Brian.
He sold The Rock his soul. He sold The Rock his soul.
I mean, given all the hype leading up to this, given the heel turn after so many years of love from the fans and good vibes, I think it would be a shame for John Cena to not come out on top. So I fully believe that John Cena will be victorious.
It's the right move. It's the right time. And on top of that, they're going to be able to say forever now, John Cena has the most WWE championships or world championships and not Ric Flair. And as we move kind of past Ric Flair, we move into the future, and we're going to have the big conversation about Ric Flair's legacy after his death. They definitely want to be able to say John Cena's name more than they say Ric Flair's name.
Yeah, makes sense.
John Cena goes and visits cancer patients, man. Like that's who you're going to want to talk about whenever the grand book of things is written.
All right, rapid fire.
Ultimately, the winner of this match, OVW fans.
Yeah,
That's very true.
The winner is OVW.
Yeah,
and the history of OVW and the legacy of OVW and the amount of work that these people put into at OVW, at Ohio Valley Wrestling, the opportunities they were given by Ohio Valley Wrestling, that's truly the big winner.
Yes.
All right, y'all ready for some rapid fire as we're rolling to the end of the hour here?
Shoot.
Sure.
Jay De Niro versus Jake Painter.
Jay
De Niro.
Star Rider versus somebody named Exodus, who we've seen once.
We saw
Rider.
him. Yeah, he was cool. I liked him, Star Rider, though.
Yeah.
Anthony Toatelli versus Jake Lawless.
Toatelli.
Lawless.
All right. And let's see what else we got here quickly. We've got, that's the contract signing. We don't care about that, really. Frey the Slayer versus lovely Miss Larkin.
Larkin.
Larkin, but she loses her knife.
I mean, yeah, she's still looking for it. So, contract signing. Okay, I think on a first glance, that's what I can see. So,
All right. Sounds good. Do we have any questions from the chat as we're wrapping up here?
let's see. Mama Mammoth says she hears voices in her head.
She does.
Randy Orton.
yeah, they come to
Randy
her.
Orton.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Victor asked about heel Cena. We already kind of went through that. Victor also said, and a turkey, which I think, based on context, means you hit a turkey at one point.
I
Mr.
did in my
Hines.
current vehicle, yes.
I did know that. I did know
those
that.
two dents right there in the very front of the hood.
Yeah.
Knocked it clean out of the sky.
Did you take it home? Did you defeather it?
I thought about it, but I kept thinking about Tommy Boy, how they hit the deer and they throw it
And
in
it
the
came
back.
back to life.
Yeah. So if I were sure that it was dead, I would have taken it and
That's an
gotten it processed.
easy way to make sure it was dead, brother. You just
I'm not that guy.
All right. And, oh, yeah, I'm here. I should be looking here. Ren pointed out that if John Cena did come back to Davis Arena, no one would see him.
Correct.
I do attempt to call out.
he might be there. He might be there every week. We don't know.
Yeah, there's that.
Let's see. Victor said he loved the triple threat. I think that was specifically the women's triple threat for the championship that he really liked a bunch.
It's gonna be good, man. Those are 3 stars. Those are 3 stars, man. That's gonna be
3
really
stars
good.
and a 5-star match.
Both Becky, Katie, and Ren agree with you, Jackman, that little boy with the boo-boo face was a total plant. So
I
we're
feel like
glad
there's
to
a
hear
clue
that.
joke in there, but that's a whole other thing.
Ike Schultz actually asked an OVW question on this weird evening. Says, what's the over-under we see Buzz Backlund back in OVW?
I don't want to get into that.
No.
I don't know enough about it to say. Like, in all honesty.
Yeah, we have zero knowledge. I mean, as far as we know, he's off in the sunset somewhere.
Yeah. So, love the kid. Amazing kid. We've never heard anybody say anything bad about him.
He got you to quit smoking for crying out
He
loud.
got me to quit smoking. And just
is such a
a really
good
great
video.
kid with a lot of potential and like just one of those personalities that I'm sure no matter what he wants to do, he's going to do it very well.
When I stepped through the curtain to do the interview with him, he was already here in the room, and I hadn't seen him yet, but I knew he was here. But when I stepped through the curtain, it was something else.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just so entertaining, so energetic. He could name all 50 states and capitals.
He's the type of boy that your grandmother would say, hey, don't you know he's single, right? You know?
Absolutely. All right. So, thank you for everybody.
I could get you his number. I could ask his mom what he's doing.
He's got a good
I
head on his
can set you
shoulders.
guys together if you want.
We're sure.
Yeah, he is the guy that every grandmother wants their granddaughter to date.
Yeah.
For sure. He's a good kid, man. Good kid.
And we agree with EK Schultz that we like Star Rider's new gimmick as well, right? We're enjoying that.
It's
as
fun.
as a fun little evolution of that.
Yeah.
I feel bad for his voice.
Yeah, although that guy, the laughing is just a skill.
Just way over the top.
It's great. Let's do an abbreviated calendar. Tomorrow, right here on the OVW YouTube channel, right on this YouTube channel, you're going to be able to watch OVW Rise.
We will be watching it.
Yes.
Yes.
But by the way, if you want to watch our OVW podcast about last week's Rise, you don't have to wait till right after this show. It's already up.
You should wait till right after this
show. You should. But it is up on our YouTube channel right now at youtube.com/@OVW podcast. Go check that out.
Tell your friends, too. Tell your friends.
There's some wrestling going on this weekend you might want to watch. Next Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here once again on this YouTube channel. The show that always kicks out at 3. That's OVW Overdrive.
2.
Brian Kennis. Oh, it kicks out at 2. It's no good to kick out at 3. I don't know why I said that.
Doesn't do you any good.
Stephen Johnson, Brian Kennison,
Love that, Brad.
Just rolling away through some great matches from the early. Next Wednesday, we will be right back here. 6 days, 23 hours from now, OVW Fan Zone Live, where fans talk back. Thank you so much for being with us.
For all of us here, Jack Minogues,
Brian Hines.
Malachi P.S. Woodard, Tiny Brian Woodard. Malachi, you got something